Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. This is probably episode like 1100 or some, I don't even know. We've lost track a long time ago, but we've been around a long time interpreting information, not just giving it, without any context. We want to make sure you know some of the things that you may not see just from looking at a listing. We've got 18 today, and if you're coming into town this weekend and you want some help, or you live in Milton and you're looking at maybe when the best time would be to sell, give us a call at 905-693-9346, or you can just respond back to our email. So let's get started with the Big Friday Roundup. First one up is the third property on the list, Hampshire Way. So this is a development called Main Living, and nice location between Thompson and James Snow on the south side of Maine. So you can get to the community center, the library, the highway, or the GO train, amongst many other things within walking distance. So that's a good thing. There's also storefront, so there's live-work units on another side of this development too. 2-bedroom, 3-washroom, and it's 1,357 square feet. It does have a condo fee of $78 a month that basically includes the roads. So garbage and snow removal. The house itself is freehold. We call it parcel of tied land. And so with that fee, that normally depresses values a little bit. But then what we find is, compared to the Mattamy ones, similar style, we call them village townhouses, you have a 9-foot ceiling on this one here. So if you look at the pictures, much higher ceilings, granite counters were much more standard here with the undermount sinks, a lot of dark cabinets and dark flooring. The lights weren't fantastic. I don't love the pictures here, but the point is that the builder offered some things that the Mattamy village towns just don't have, and especially that 9-foot ceiling makes a huge difference. I do think they priced it around a good point. The 3 stories have had an interesting month because we've seen 2 record breakers in the last couple weeks at 420 and 422. We've also seen some good ones that, like right now, there's one that's way down in the 3s that's larger than the stuff at 399. So it's a little bit of Twilight Zone going on, a little bit strange, but anyway, I just sold the one on Prosser. It faces the park, 1,338 square feet, and we did quite well on that one. So I think for that reason, seeing firsthand how that went, I think they've got a good price here at 409. And final thing is that we've got 782 Shortreed. I'll put the link down below. We're just launching it today. It's not even on MLS, but we're putting it out. It's the same size as this one, and she did a ton of work to it. She extended the kitchen. You'll see in the pictures, it looks really impressive. So that one's going to be at 415, and again, link down below. Now, something like this on Roseheath is pretty much entry point for the older parts of town. This is in Bronte Meadows, 429. Potential to park 2 cars side by side. It's hard to tell from this angle. It says detached. It's actually linked by the foundation, but it looks detached, so above ground, it's separate from the other homes. Functionally, that doesn't really affect your life. It does make the homes a little bit closer together. 1 full bathroom upstairs. There is a finished basement. It looks like they painted the original cabinets. And so this is really kind of the same layout and size that you would get for this price point for a townhouse in the new area. And maybe not with a finished basement, but you're getting a newer home. The backyard is a little more private with tree canopy, but it's not really much bigger of a backyard than you'd find in a townhouse too. So if you like the older areas, this is really a good option at this price point. When they're renovated, you put a new kitchen in, you really finish it nice, you're probably hovering 450 to 475. So there is some room there to improve and to make it your own. Now, 361 Baverstock is 449.9. It's a Brennan model, so it's 1,130 square feet. Maybe you could park 2 cars side by side, which we talk about in this episode as in Daily Homes as being the next best thing to a double garage. So this model has sold up in this range, but we're talking you know, next level on finishes, like everything, like hardwood stairs. We're talking about a really upgraded kitchen, finished basement, all those kind of things are what gets you to 450 in this model, and the more basic ones go around 4. So they're probably somewhere in between. I'd be surprised if they sold for 450, especially without the finished basement. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this home. It looks like a very nice home, but based on what else is sold, I feel like they may have aimed a little bit high. These trees are going to fill in really nice, and you always want to check the age of the roof on these homes because they're getting close to probably 13 years or maybe even a little bit more. Baverstock, like the street, good friendly neighbors, sold many homes on that street in the past. Next one up is an interesting one on Gaisley, something I've never seen before. So this is called a Spring Ridge model, 1,800 square feet, of which I've seen and sold many of them. The 4-bedroom is 1,800 square feet. Now here's the part that I think is unique to this that I've just never encountered. The builder's plan. So this looks like IKEA cabinets. This is not standard Madame stuff. It looks like they redid the kitchen, granite, and so on. Different look here. Now, this is normally a wall right here. So you've got an eat-in kitchen where this fridge and pantry are. And they took the wall out here. So this is completely opened up, which I think visually looks really good. It would have been nice if they had the tiles here, or even just replace the tiles. You're going to spend all this money on the kitchen. Go for a really nice, travertine or something that's going to really enhance the impression. Pot lights. That's where the wall used to be, though. So they just did a little piece of marble. When you take out a wall like this, my concern is the span here may be a little long, so I don't know if they accommodated for the structural support to do this one open concept. That is something beyond my scope, but I would be very interested to see if there's any additional support after the wall's taken out. Rest of the home, like I said, 4 bedrooms upstairs plus laundry. Most of the time this one has a laundry upstairs, and then you've got your finished basement. And standard size lot too, although the pictures make the lot look like a really, really good size. $499. I believe they're holding back on offers on this one, but I could see this going for over $500, especially if it looks good in person. Nakerville is could probably play with the best model homes. We've seen this model sell with a finished basement, like basement apartment and green space, and some of those have crept over 7. What this one has instead of either of those things is just really nice finishes. I was not a fan of this home for years, but I had a client who bought one. The 9-foot ceilings make a huge difference. That's one of the things that I'd say for this model you got to have. They spent some good money in this kitchen too, the double oven and so on. What I didn't like about it was that there's a lot of walls and separation here. There's a little den area here with usually there's a walkout door, and then you've got a family room and a dining room. Depending on how it could be different. That could be the dining room, that could be the family room. But anyway, it's beautiful, really nice loft upstairs, little loft right at the top of the stairs, and then you have 4 other bedrooms. And yeah, definitely, even the dark blinds, attention to detail. That's a upgraded shower. The flooring upstairs in that bedroom has been upgraded as well. So nice patio, landscaping, everything else is just done. So if you want a home that's done, this is it. Overall, I would say the pricing, there's arguments for and against it being at this price. Let's see what happens. I think it was listed before, but I'd have to check. Now here's something we don't see every day. Playfair Terrace 789. It's a bungalow. Okay, 50 by almost 100-foot lot is a nice size, although bungalows take up more of a footprint on that size of land. We're less than 2,000 square feet. We've got 10-foot ceilings. This is kind of like the luxury bungalow, and we haven't had a lot of these at all, really, in the last 6 to 12 months. We've had some in Drury Park, hovering kind of around that, high 5, low 6 mark. And I like this one. I think it's a beautiful house, and it's just something that we don't see every day. We've got the nice palladium window right here. and the tray ceiling. So you can see in the master, the ceiling goes up a little bit. That's a Heathwood trademark. Although they haven't officially trademarked it, they're the only one in town that does it. And a decent sized backyard with some nice gardens. So I think this will really fill a nice niche. I could see somebody from the country, selling a $1.2 million, 10-acre piece of land, big house, and moving to something like this to maybe have a little less land to maintain and to maybe just be a little closer to amenities too. To me, that's the target audience for a home like this. Now, I suppose this is the week for $3 million homes close to the escarpments. We had the one on 14th Side Road. This one has been relisted. It was at 3.29. It's at 3.19. That's a big price drop in the sense like $100,000, but as a percentage of the asking price, it doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. So we've got 10 acres, almost the same as the other one. This could have been in response to the one on 14th Side Road that listed, the stone mill house there that we reviewed earlier this week. It's a very lovely home. Tremaine is being redirected, so I believe that this home is on the quieter part of Tremaine, almost the dead end, as we call it, area. And the same things that I talked about with 14th Side Road, the proximity to town is a huge benefit to somebody. And I think that as Milton grows and develops and becomes a community, a little bit more like Oakville in terms of size and scope, that something like this is really, really going to excite people and hold value well. So, nice looking home. So that's the list. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, if there's anything we can do to help you, we're there for you. Okay? Our job is to keep you safe, to make sure it's a profitable real estate experience that you remember in a positive way, in a joyful way. So have a great weekend. We'll see you later.